It's been a month and a half since Savannah Spurlock's been missing. She is a mother with 4 children who need her desperately. We're going to get some information on who she was. She's from Lexington, Kentucky. Maybe you live in the area and seen something. Savannah was last seen at the other bar by security camera leaving with 3 men. Savannah was only just 22 years old. In fact, her birthday was just last week. She's 23 years old, which makes her a 23-year-old mother of 4, including twins she just had a few weeks ago, which the twins are with their father and the oldest child is with Savannah's father. Savannah's mom said that she needed a break, and Savannah used her mother's car to drive herself and her friend about 45 minutes to Lexington, Kentucky, to visit another friend. However, police would later learn that after driving to the friend's house, Savannah and her 2 friends drove to the other bar in a different car, leaving Ellen Spurlock's car, which is Savannah's mother, at her house. The bar that they went to was a popular bar for college kids, and Savannah and her girlfriend stayed there for a few hours, down in a few drinks. Later on that night, they got in a dispute about what time they would leave the bar. Sources say that Savannah wanted to stay longer and the girlfriend needed to leave earlier, and we wouldn't know why until now. Turns out that the girlfriend that Savannah was there at the bar with was on probation for a prior DUI. And she was on probation because she made an agreement that she would not drink while on probation. Sources say that she's in jail right now, I guess, for breaking that promise. Later that night, when it was time to go, Savannah didn't have a ride home. So later on, for some reason unknown, Savannah trusts 3 strangers, and we're being told there might be 4, to take her home or to take her to their house, as seen here by surveillance camera. And now there's several different stories as to how this played out. There's different comments, statements, so I'll try to include all of them that I can. According to one news story, Savannah got into the back seat with 2 men, but other stories conflict with that statement. One story read that Savannah's mom seen her in the passenger side when her daughter FaceTimed her, saying she would be home later that night or that morning. Ellen said that she heard one of the men tell her to chill when she was talking to her daughter, but her daughter promised she would be home soon, so she felt confident enough to fall back to sleep and not worry about it. Another story says there was 4 men, either 4 men in the car, but you can see we see a truck right there, and one following, or 4 men in 1 car. I guess possibly maybe this is a truck that was following the car that she was in. I'm not certain. We're not really getting any answers, but I do have some clues that are going to be in this video just a little bit later on. Savannah rode in a car to one of the men's home that was approximately about 40 miles away from the bar. The home that the men took her to was in a remote country town, so it's in the middle of nowhere. Savannah did not call or FaceTime her mother or anyone after the last FaceTime with her mother Ellen, so nobody knows where she went until later that day. Now the story goes, Savannah left that home early 8:30 a.m. by foot, according to one of the men that lived there. But at 8:30, her phone had completely shut off, or either was turned off and never seen again. A cry from one of Savannah's friends says, she was in heels, a low-cut V-neck shirt, and a maroon skirt. It wouldn't make much sense for her to leave and walk in the middle of nowhere alone, with not even a coat. Her best friend Kayla, very concerned that this is not something that her best friend would do. What if she never made it to that house? What would they have done with her? There's so many questions we could ask. What if she did make it to the house and she did leave on foot? Is there a chance that she was kidnapped and she's awaiting someone to find her? And we need to keep searching, and we need to ask anybody who might have a clue, who might have seen something. It's not many cars out at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. in the morning. There's not many people walking in the cold in heels at 8:30 in the morning. Somebody knows something, please come forward and give this family some kind of light. Ellen, Savannah's mother, needs help. Imagine your child missing. It is not easy. If the families have not dealt with enough, they have people trying to profit off a missing girl. So they have people calling them saying if you pay them $1,000, they'll tell them, where she's at. Then when you look online at comments, I'm going to share this one. When we see comments like this one, it's embarrassing that a human being would say such things, and we look down on it. So I hope they know who they are and they see this. Now, we do have other people that are doing good things for the community, and they have volunteers going out of their way to help look for Savannah. Thank God for people like this. Beautiful group of people that are out volunteering their time to help find a missing girl in Kentucky. They're not getting paid to do this. They're doing this out of the kindness of their own hearts. They're doing this on their own time, and very proud of these guys and thankful for people like this.
Oh, good morning, Conroy. Volunteers started arriving here in Garrett County about an hour ago, and it's just amazing to see how much support this community continues to show for Savannah Spurlock and her family, and now they just want answers. And so does Dave Rader, who is with the Midwest chapter of Texas EquiSearch. He is spearheading today's search for the mom of four who went missing the night of January 4th. Volunteers from all over met here at Hyattsville Baptist Church this morning in Lancaster. As they get signed in and ready, his team is putting together a plan for today's search.
I want to say thank you to those people and News 18 for doing something like that. Okay, now we have found some background information where she has had protective orders against ex-boyfriends previously, but I don't think they are leaning towards that. However, I did also find some information where they did impound a white car. Let me pull that up for you.
Phone. LAX 18's Lee Searcy has the latest.
Savannah Spurlock was last seen January 4th leaving a Lexington bar. She was spotted with these two men and a third guy who was not on security footage. Richmond police now say when the four left Lexington, they went to an undisclosed residence in Garrett County. But where Savannah ended up after that is a mystery. The men deny knowing where she went. What happened to her? Did she just walk away? What are they claiming? Is that clear?
You know, there's nothing that we don't have any indication of where she went after that.
Savannah's mother believes the men know more than they're telling. Last week, police and dogs searched a farm on Perkins Lane. The week before, they searched a house just up the road and seized a white car that belongs to one of the men. Police are not saying what home she ended up at, but LEX-18 has learned another house in Garrett County was searched soon after she vanished. At the request of police, we're not showing that address. Police say Savannah's cell phone went out of service around 8:30 on the morning she disappeared. Her mother has told us Savannah always kept her phone charged. Coming up tonight at 6, why police hope this new information about Savannah's last whereabouts will trigger a memory for...
A search warrant was carried out at this home by Richmond police. The home was allegedly owned by the parents of one of the men last seen with that 22-year-old. And the police are seizing the vehicle. You can see that here in a picture. I'm sure we'll be hearing a little bit more information as time moves on. I've worked very hard doing research on this one. I think someone had a comment that I was falling over myself once, and it's not easy. I don't think they realize how much time it takes to make one of these videos and how, what it takes to make one. And I want to say, I hope this video is helpful to some people, and I appreciate you guys watching, that's for sure. I hope this can help their family out. That's the most important thing. But before I call it in, I want to go with this timeline. So January 4th, she was missing. So after that, the only thing I have really here on this timeline that's worth looking at is January 22nd. They did seize a car, and had some warrants out. So that part is exciting. As I mentioned before, I hope this family can find closure in some way, and I hope if somebody knows something that they will come forward and please share that information. We need people who are brave, who are willing, to stand up against these bullies in the world. We have seem to be gaining more and more control, especially over our women lately. And it won't stop until we say we had enough. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget to check in with the Kelsey Barra story. It's going to be probably a lot going on tomorrow evening about that. We still haven't found any information on her. All right, guys, good night, and I'll see you later.